Continue with the study of Nehemiah. So, Nehemiah was the cupbearer of the king. One day someone told him that people were not living in the city of Jerusalem because they felt unsafe because there were no walls protecting the city. So that saddened him very much. One day when he was in the presence of the king noticed his sadness, asked him why he was so sad. When he explained to the king gave him permission to go to Jerusalem and to build the wall. Not only he gave him permission to build the wall, but he also provided him with supplies and money in order to accomplish this feat. So they started the construction of the wall, and the way that he devised it was that he separated all of the families and gave each family a portion of the wall to work on. That way the entire wall was being worked on at the same time. Just as when they were building the temple, the Samaritans also caused some troubles. They also, in fact, lied on Nehemiah and said that he wanted to build the walls around Jerusalem just because he wanted to be the king, this was false. But in spite of all of these difficulties, the wall was completed. And the day that the wall was completed, there was a great dedication. It was called the Festivals of the Trumpets. They marched on top of the wall, they marched around the wall, and their singing and their jubilee was so loud that it could be heard for miles. That day they also read from the book of the law. They read from the morning until noon, and then afterwards the Levites will go around explaining what was read. In addition to that, they also celebrated the Festival of Tabernacles. This festival is a festival remembering the Hebrews when they left Egypt and were in the desert. So they went back to their traditions and celebrating their holy holidays. So for a period of time, the Jewish people followed their commandments and kept the 3 promises that they made to God. They promised that they will not marry people outside of the Jewish faith. They promised that they would keep the Sabbath and the religious holidays, and they also promised that they will keep giving tithes, so that could help with the upkeep of the temple. But unfortunately, as time went by, they did not continue. They did not keep their promise, and again fell away from the grace of God. And this concludes our review of Nehemiah and Ezra. Please study for your test. Our next story is Esther. Bye.